What's up, everybody? It's Brian from HASHWAREHUB. It's about 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday, January 7th, 2018. A cold Sunday here, at least in the Northeast. So we're coming to you with a brand new Bitcoin trading video. So hit the subscribe buttons, hit the notification bells for all the obvious reasons, meaning the information comes directly to your inbox and you can know what to do as far as trading is concerned for Bitcoin. So what are we looking at right now? Bitcoin is selling off. Okay, if you look at our video yesterday, we had thought that possibly we had three bullish flags and that possibly would move up to 20,000. We still do believe that, but we feel that the correction here is now taking a different pattern. We thought possibly there may be a head and shoulders pattern. And then another option, which we didn't speak about, but very similar to a head and shoulders type pattern, is an expanded flat. And if you look into our videos some time ago, this whole correction here was also an expanded flat. Looks like head and shoulders, looks similar to like a head and shoulders, but it's actually an expanded flat. And you know, there's a lot of similarities by what this correction looks like here versus this whole entire correction. And that's kind of the way Bitcoin trades. All coins trade the same way too, but in a different style, where Bitcoin tends to like bullish flags and expanded flats and stuff like that. All coins like triangles more so. So not to say that Bitcoin doesn't like triangles, because there's triangles all over the place that you can look at too. But let's kind of zoom in here a little bit and kind of see what we're looking at, and it's going to become pretty apparent. Okay, so we had a bullish flag here, a bullish flag here, a bullish flag here, and you know something? There's another one right here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw this in for you. We've been looking at this for quite some time now, but I'm going to draw this in. Okay, this is basically the other bullish flag. Okay, right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty unprecedented to see so many of these. You know, not really so much in the cryptocurrency world, but in the traditional markets, it's a little odd to see a lot of these all kind of one on top of each other. So what is an expanded flat? Let's take a look at it real quick. I'm going to pull up something just from Google. Okay, and this is, you know, just Google, you know, pictures or whatever it is, images. An expanded flat correction looks like this. Okay, it has an A, B, C wave, and then there's 3 waves of A, there's 3 waves of B, and the final one, there's 5 waves. Okay, the final one is the one that extends down the lowest. And this is nearly textbook for what we're seeing right now in Bitcoin. Okay, so try to keep that in your mind for a second, and we're going to click here now. Okay, so now we have A, we have B, and we have C, right? Not only that, okay, now we need to count 5 waves for C, right? So if you count 1, 2, you may be able to count this as 3, 4, and 5. Possibly, okay, similar to what we had going on here, okay, where we really couldn't count 5 waves. This may choose to jump out right here and go north, right? Or this may be 1, 2, 3. We may have a little uptick here, 4, and then 5. And then 5 will probably bring us down to these levels around here, like 15,100 levels, and then we're gonna go up again. So it's difficult to say what exactly is going to happen. So, you know, what do? You say, well, what do I do? Well, laddering. Laddering is a big thing. Laddering is a big thing about trade, about how you trade. So you're like, well, I'm not sure if it's going to rebound from here, so you buy a little here. But if it does dip down a little bit here, you buy a little bit more. It dips down to here, you buy a little bit more. Okay, if you see it coming back up again, maybe you buy a little bit more over here. Okay, or you see what's going on here, you buy a little here. You have a ladder in here. Okay, but let's say for example the price doesn't come down here. You also have a ladder up here in the event that the price is moving up again. So you're kind of like dollar cost averaging into a position. So you don't, this way you don't need to pick the bottom, because you can never pick the bottom. You can never pick the top. So another way too is this kind of squeeze momentum indicator. I kind of like it. And I mentioned this some time ago, and I've been having on our videos for some time, but I haven't really been speaking all too much about it. But you know, it's okay. It's not as good as the stuff that we use, but and we're gonna go over that in a second here. But you know, it's okay. And so really, right now, what we're seeing is like these light red, you know, these vibrant red down bars. And what happens is when these bright red bars turn, you know, a dark red, it indicates that usually there's some sort of turn. Okay, and you can, it's a little late, you know, for my liking. I don't particularly like it all that much, but you know, it kind of gives you a direction of what's going on, right? But I mean, like even here, for example, it turned, you know, dark red here, and then look, it just ran up all the way over here, right? So, you know, it's an okay way to kind of measure some sentiment, you know, into as far as what's going on with the market. The way we like to do it explicitly is with our indicators. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at that right now. All right, we're back. So what are we looking at? This is the hourly chart, Poloniex data, Bitcoin, obviously, right? So the indicators did really well. So right here is kind of where the trend strength indicator, you know, maxed out, and then it, you know, kind of dipped back below this 4 level, okay? And then the market just kind of fell off pretty much from there. You know, there was a little bit pop up here from, you know, what's going on the sine wave indicator. You know, the market kind of popped up just a touch here, and then it just, you know, basically petered out from there. And this is that last diagonal that we had on the chart. Okay, that's that last diagonal. So what are we looking at? What we're looking at is that the trend is still moving down. Okay, so this is pretty bearish. The trend is still moving down. The sign indicator also, it tried to move back up, and then it got caught like halfway, and then it went back down again. That tells us that this is a, you know, a significant enough of a sell-off. First of all, second of all, the trend strength indicator kind of now it's in this -4 territory. Now, this is on the last bar. This is on the bar that has not closed yet. So it's still, you know, you can't you know, set it in stone just yet until this hour actually closes out and we actually are able to get a reading specifically on what happened on this candle. Regardless, the candle before, the indicator looks to be right around the -4 level. So we're pretty close there. So why am I really so interested in that? The reason why I'm interested in that is that if it is, you know, in this -4 territory, even for a second or two, and we don't get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction on the flat correction, in other words, on the C portion of this ABC correction, then we may possibly have this kind of turn come back up north, similar to like what we had going on here. Okay? 1 second, buddy. 1 second. Okay, can you give me a second? All right, sorry about that. So yeah, so that's what we're hoping, that it kind of dips down below here and then it comes back up again. In the event that this is not the 5th leg of the C portion of the flat correction, then the chances are this is going to kind of go sideways in this -4 territory for, you know, at least a few hours, to say the very least, and then it'll pop up again. And when it pops up again is probably when we're going to get our run up, you know, the continuation of the uptrend. So with that said, we're going to leave it right there. If you have any questions, you know, you guys know what to do. Just leave a message down below, or you can email us. And if you're new to us, you know, totally hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because we got a lot of cool trading stuff coming up. Also, we're also going to be kind of making a video that are kind of like our top altcoins, at least for the near term. Not for the year, because nobody can tell you even what's going on tomorrow, let alone the end of 2018. So we're going to at least show you what we feel that has a good chance of popping within the next approximately 90 days. So with that said, happy trading. Speak to you.